After a long hiatus due to pandemic, festivals across the country are being celebrated with full galore. To find out what's the on-ground situation ahead of Diwali Mahautsav, we have on board Kumar, Rajagopalan, CEO of Retailer Association of India, joining us now. Kumar, good evening and welcome to the show. Well, first question to you, how upbeat is the festive season so far? How has Navratri been?
Yeah, good evening, Kavita, and happy all the occasions that's going to come in for all of us.
To you too.
Navratri has been quite the Navratri has been quite good from whatever we hear from the market. Of course, the data is yet to come in, but the indications for how the country is normally comes in from the east of the country, because that's where Pujo is celebrated with big fanfare, and that is the peak season for the east of the country. And all the indications are that it's grown very well. Even in the month of August, East had grown by 22% pre-pandemic. And in the current month, our expectation is that it should go beyond the 25%. So we'll have to wait and watch, but things look very good.
One thing, because see, a lot of reports here are claiming really very interesting numbers, the kind of analysis that's coming up in all the news reports. In fact, even RAI has come up with their own estimates and the trend that's about to follow in this festive season. One thing which is clear is that despite the inflation concern, people are really planning to buy and planning to splurge. In fact, a lot of reports are saying the budgets have gone 30 to 60%. So which categories are in high demand so far?
So we'll need to consider two or three things that's happening to consumers.
Sure.
One is that they've been able to now come out and shop freely, come out and enjoy themselves, meet people. Also, there are people abroad who've been not able to come into the country are now expected to come in. So relatives are coming in from all across. So that's the first part, the sense of cheer and enjoyment and being together. The second part of it is that people are also traveling out. So that's the other part that's happening. And third is that because of the pandemic, people had really realized that there are new relationships and relationships are important. And therefore, gifting is becoming very big also. So occasions, gifting, travel, if you put all this together, the kind of things that people would normally go for is definitely garments, all wearable accessories, jewelry, footwear, items that are required to go out of town, so leisure wear items. And also there is this big thing about eating out. So even food, if you have to find a good place in a fine dining restaurant, it's not easy unless you really pre-book. So all these activities are happening together. I think there is the sense of cheer.
But then tell me something now, online and offline, that's always been a debate when it comes to shopping, and especially in the festive season, who does better and who doesn't. So this time, are you seeing that the retailers are making the most of both the platforms, and what's likely to be the revenue in different categories, talk about online or offline?
This is a question that I think we should stop asking anymore, Kavita. I'll tell you why. The pandemic has taught all of us as consumers to stop thinking whether it's online or offline. All of us are thinking, I want to buy an item or I want to experience a service, and then where do I get the best convenient and the most trustworthy, and where do I get the best price? So all these factors come into the picture, and consumers want to really go to the place where they can get it immediate also. So offline is always been big for everybody. The fact is that across the world, offline is bigger than online for sure. Having said that, omni-channel has become the buzzword. Most of the big brands in the country realize that they cannot have different prices and different experiences online and offline. So they are offering similar things online as well as offline. Some consumers, of course, would love lots more online. Many consumers are still wanting to do some things on online or offline together. So we need to wait and watch. I don't think it's about where the channel is. Fact is, consumers are buying and experiencing. And trust, immediacy is always available offline for consumers.
But then help me understand this, since we are seeing such an upbeat sentiment here when it comes to buying and purchasing, are retailers also trying to lure the customers by giving them offers, or it's just without giving them any kind of offers, discount, customers have just, piled up their shopping bags?
Yeah, this again is not one size fits all.
Right.
Some retailers would think that they've got price advantage that they can throw, would possibly be giving discounts and offers and then getting customers inside. Many of the retailers would realize that this is a sense for bringing in the sense of cheer in the hearts of consumers. There, they may not necessarily give the same item for less, but they may give more for same. In the sense that instead of just getting one item, you may get 1+1, or you buy this and you get an offer on something else. These are the kinds of offers that you will see galore all across. Plus, there would be this whole festivities all across. There would be all kinds of indulgences for consumers. I think you've got to go out and see what happens inside each of the malls. There's lots of buzz that's happening. Every mall is trying to attract customers. But most importantly, I think they're trying to attract the heart of the consumers.
Mhm. No, but then talking about the global triggers, which are also hinting towards a likely slowdown and a recession in a couple of economies, do you see this demand going slow further in a few quarters' time?
See, thankfully for India, India has not got as impacted as maybe the Western world, so to say. The demand is robust. We know that the fundamentals are there. It's all looking good. In fact, India should be really shining well from whatever we are seeing from various economists and various people who are talking about the country. Now, couple that with how consumers have been shopping, the rich and the upper middle class have been shopping very well all through, right from April onwards, and there is no dent there in demand, in spite of the fact that there is pressure because of inflation. Now, these not so rich or the not so well off are definitely thinking twice about spending money on um, items that are discretionary in nature. Having said that, our puja to December, which is up to Christmas, is always a very big season. You can't run away from the fact that you have to go and enjoy the occasions, and everybody does participate. So this cuts across class, this cuts across the country, all across the regions, and therefore we are expecting that there would be buzz across all levels of consumers and would sail us through. Now, beyond December is a question mark. Also, what would happen to global issues that surround war-like situation around some parts of the globe is definitely going to impact. We can't run away from it, but we'll have to wait and watch.
Kumar, any a peculiar trend that you are trying to witness in consumer spending when we talk about urban or rural or maybe tier 2 and tier 3 towns? Anything that you can share with us?
The wonderful thing has been that so-called tier 2, tier 3 cities,
Mm-hmm.
I'd still call it cities because many of them are cities,
Mm-hmm.
have been doing very well all through. Even during the pandemic, many of them are doing well because the restrictions were not as stringent as in the main cities. And that trend has continued. And many of the new shopping complexes, malls, etc., are all coming there. The real maza, so to say, is happening in those places. And so consumers are really flocking into any place where there is good retail and good offering available. That is one. The second part is that the main cities have now picked up, and definitely there is lots more buzz happening. Money is available. People are seeing better salaries. Also, the share market is doing well overall. So that's also helping the urban consumers to really enjoy themselves more. When it comes to rural, we are expecting a better growth now because rains have been good. The expectations going forward is also decent. Consumer sentiments are looking nice and robust. So we should see better offtake in the rural sector going forward. And also occasions are always attractive for everybody. They would come in and buy there. So this is the general trend that we are seeing. Like I said, occasion wear and items relating to occasion, items relating to travel would definitely have more buzz in it.
That's what we are also witnessing. But then what about luxury market? Is that market really catching up?
That's a very nice question. Actually, luxury market is definitely catching up in this country.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, luxury, because many consumers did not travel to other parts of the world the last 2 years' time, now they are traveling, but they're also realizing that they're getting very good options in India. So whichever is a good, attractive brand in this country, if it's luxurious, they are doing very well. Even if you look at experiences, like if you look at five-star hotels, stays, etc., you would know that it's not very easy to get cheap prices whenever it is in staycations, travel, so be it when it comes to cars, all the high-end items when it comes to electronics, all these are being bought in really good numbers by all those who are well to do, because people really want to live and experience. The other good trend, since you're asking about trend, was about gifting. I think we are seeing lots more gifting happening. Consumers are, if they are spending three for themselves, they are spending two for gifting. And that is what is the good news for everybody.
All right, so the consumer spending looks at a high, but then one word of caution, be mindful in that. Don't just go in for a impulsive shopping spree that could impact your financial portfolio. But then thank you so much for sharing the highlights, Kumar, and hopefully post Diwali, we'll again have you on the show, and we'll ask you to give us all the details of all the sales numbers and revenue from all the brands and product categories. Thank you so much, Kumar, for being on the show.
Thank you, Kavita.